Greetings and salutations, the U.S. Piper with you. Just enjoying some Elizabethan, which I've only had a couple times. Housekeeping, it is a 7LE 673, often called the Friday 7LE, but I have a couple of them, so I guess it still works on Saturday. This one's is it Fantasia? I think that's it. It's got the kind of crazy lucite going on. May have it just a hair tighter than it wants to be. It's getting started though. It is pouring rain and storming, as you can probably hear. Not a lot of Perique in this blend, but some nice Virginias. I'm not a huge Virginia smoker, but I do have some I enjoy. And this is slowly becoming one of them. I don't know, it's the kind of thing I'd grab all the time, but it was just one of those that was prolific enough I felt like I should try it. And I like the Virginia profile in pretty much all of these Dunhill / Peterson blends. Very good. I've been breaking in a few Bones pipes here lately, and before that I have an estate pipe and a basket pipe I've been breaking in, so I haven't really been hitting my more broken in pipes, and of my broken in pipes this is probably the least broken in, so I figured I actually just smoked my Roma 673 with I don't even remember what I had in there now. I think I had Stockby Luxury English in it. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. It wasn't that long ago. Oh no, I had some early morning pipe. So I guess I'm on a Dunhill Peterson kick right now. This morning I think I had some luxury, English luxury. You can catch the Perique on retrohale. I mean, it's definitely there, and I can see it in the blend. You know, it's that lighter kind of light green, greenish. It's not really green, but it looks like there's probably a little bit of red Virginia in there. I don't know. It may just be stoved Virginias, lightly stoved, a little toast to them. I'm realizing that I'm wearing the same shirt from the other day because I've been caught. I recycled because I wore it. I put it on. I think I did a video, and then I went and ate Thanksgiving over at our parents' or in-laws' house, and I think I just kind of threw it on a chair. So yeah. Oh well. Guilty as charged. Today's been a lazy day. Sounds like the rain's died down for the moment. I probably should open the door, you could hear it better. It's kind of soothing. Wife's in the kitchen making a big old pot of chili, so that'll be good. Gesundheit. Big old tank of Earl Grey with some honey. Ah, good stuff. goes well with a pipe. I feel like I probably overloaded this or packed it a little too tight. Let's see if we can get it to be self-riding here. It's probably looser on the bottom anyway, so. It's amazing how that'll affect the taste of things if you really kind of overpack them. Some blends, like Englishes, I find they get a little like extra sweet, or they just seem like they have more sweetness accentuated in it. Definitely monkeys with the flavor profile a little bit. This one, I think I just had the top packed a little too tight. So my last little shove in there was probably a little too much. It's an interesting blend. Has a little bit of that English shoe leather to it. That's kind of the Dunhill thing, seemingly. I don't know if that's like the stoving or the pressing and stoving or aging or what exactly does that, but I'm sure there's other blends that have that, but I don't know these aren't actually they're made in Denmark, so they're really English for something made in Denmark, I guess. But anyway, not a long video. Don't have a lot to say about the blend. I just thought it was cool and stormy, and I hadn't smoked this one much, so my initial impression is that it's definitely something to try. If you haven't hit the point where you really appreciate Virginias yet, you'll still probably like it. That's one of my favorites as far as Virginias go. I really like the little bit of casing that's on there. Good smoke. When I'm really in a Virginia mood, I tend to rub a couple of those flakes out, and that's kind of my go-to thing. But this is interesting too. It's a different ride. Highly recommend checking both of them out. I like a lot of the Stockabee STG stuff, seemingly, because I mean that's who makes the Peterson and the Orango Balkan Supreme, which a lot of people call Stockabee Balkan Supreme. I think, as it turns out, in the U.S., the distributor is Orango, whereas it's still STG, but it's not distributed through Lane, like the Stockabee stuff, where it probably would be a Stockabee Balkan Supreme. So when you go to like Pipes and Cigars, it's just Balkan Supreme because they don't want to call it a Stockabee, and I guess they don't want to advertise the distributor. So on my earlier video, that's how that works out. They're all the same. If you go to the tobaccoreviews.com, you'll see slightly different numbers on the Stockabee Balkan Supreme and the Orango Balkan Supreme, and it's actually the exact same blend. I mean, it's just what people called it. So it's kind of funny because it's a little bit lower rated as Stockabee, and I think some of that's, mental. I think some people seem to associate Stockabee with lower priced tobacco. Actually, to me, I got a lot of the Sutliff English blends and various stuff I tried, and across the board, I tend to prefer the Stockabee. I feel like it's a little more nuanced to me. So that's not really, I mean, I have a lot of Sutliff stuff. I have their Match Nightcap. I have 4 or 5 of their English blends, and they were on sale a while back, so I tried quite a few of them. And there's a lot of good smokes in there. There's nothing wrong with them. Like their medium English is pretty good. They tend to have a little bit too much Cavendish in them for me, and their Cavendish is a little too sweet. Like I don't mind unsweetened Cavendish, and I think that's what they say is in there, but I don't know if it's really unsweetened. I kind of walk away with what I call Cavendish mouth, where you're sitting in your chair 20 minutes later going, I smoked some Cavendish. I don't like that in a blend. It shouldn't poke out. I appreciate it adding a little sweetness in certain blends, but it can definitely be too much of a decent thing, and it just seems like the way they do it in the Stockabee line tends to be more to my liking. And again, in the Peterson Dunhill stuff, there's blends there, and McBaron. There's like you could take plum cake, which I've got sitting there, and that's got a little bit of Cavendish in it, but you don't really taste the Cavendish. It's there for an effect, not to be a big part of the flavor profile. So that's kind of one of my pet peeves. So that knocks a lot of the Sutliff stuff out for me. And there are some Sutliff tobaccos that I do enjoy, but when it comes to my Englishes, I tend to be more in the Peterson, Dunhill. There's a Captain Earl's, some of that stuff I like, and there's some I'm looking forward to I just haven't gotten to yet, like the GLPs and some other of the Captain Earl's. But anyway, I'm just rambling about tobacco, and I should just be smoking it. So I'm going to go ahead and ash while I've got the opportunity here. Again, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving and is enjoying the long weekend. Went ahead and opened the door. Might tack on a few minutes. It's just kind of neat. The little things. Sorry if it makes you have to pee. Somebody must have washed their truck today. Or waxed it. The room looks pretty nice on it. Anyway, y'all have a good one. US Piper out.